Hello everyone. Happy new moon in Pisces. This is my second time starting this video. I just feel like there's so much to say, but I am going to try to keep it simple and say that, oh hello Life Ninja, how are you? I just started. Happy new moon in Pisces. Hi Nancy. Hey. So yeah, happy new moon in Pisces. I just started this video over again because I was like trying to find the words to describe this new moon. But the basic general gist is that not only is it a time where it's a clean slate because the moon is new, Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac, so it's like the unknown meeting the unknown. There's a lot of unknown, but that it's just like almost like because of that amount of unknown, the potential doubles as well. The possibilities, the opportunities, it's all doubled, but there is a lot of mystery. The card associated with Pisces in the tarot is the moon card, and the moon card, the major arcana card of the moon, is all about mystery and trusting your intuition, because there's nothing in the past is going to be solid ground to go off of. So that means you have an entirely clean slate to create and be and tap into your real emotions, not the emotions you're supposed to feel, like that society would be like, oh, these are the conventional emotions, like, but no, your real emotions. And from that, new love is going to come in, and like really authentic love, kind of groundbreaking love, because it's so authentic. So we're going to see, what the energies are in particular, but I definitely do think that like love is on a lot of people's minds right now, because not only is the sun and moon in Pisces, but Venus is also in Pisces, and I believe Neptune. So that's a lot of watery, mystical energy going on. So let's see what the cards have to say tonight. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, tonight I'm going to do a slightly different spread. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite, which is the old school traditional ones, and I'll pull 6 cards. So 2 in the past, 2 in the present, and 2 in the future. That part's the same. But then I'm going to pull on top of them 1 card for the past, 1 card for the present, and 1 card for the future from our Goddess Tarot, almost as like clarifiers. Because there is so much unknown, I want a straightforward message, but also like I want to kind of know what I'm saying, because I've been at a loss for words today. I'm kind of curious to see if, I know in I guess it was the full moon in Virgo reading, I talked about an offer of love coming in, or an offer of something you love. So I'd be curious to see if that's come up for anyone in any sort of way, like in a job offer or a new relationship. But yeah, for me, something came in that, it's weird to say I would love it, but I got my first shot today because I'm actually a cancer survivor. I feel like I've probably mentioned that before, but so that was really exciting for me. That was a big deal. So that was something good. That was an offer that I was happy came in. So I seem a little loopy today. That's why. But I think to counteract that loopiness, I'm just going to start off and open the circle before I start rambling too much. But yeah, the main thing with this moon is it's the unknown meaning the unknown. And from that, there's endless, really, opportunity. So definitely write down your intentions tonight. There is like no better night. I feel like it's a good moon for love. It's a good moon for renewal. Anything that you want to kind of like clear, especially emotionally, or just kind of like start over with for the spring. It's a good reset. Really, it is. It almost feels like the new year, because energetically, that kind of starts in the spring equinox. And once it gets to be Aries season, it's like full steam ahead, because we're out of the Mercury retrograde period. So there is going to be a lot of progression, forward movement, and you should be starting to see it, even if it's gradual. But I am, so I hope you are too. All right, but with that, let's roll our shoulders back, call our energy into present time, and I'm just going to call in the guides and guardians, and we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay, here we go. I welcome in the guides and guardians of the East, element of air. Thank you for being here tonight to give us clear messages that are easy to understand. And thank you for providing us with forward movement in our lives that will serve our highest good. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. I welcome in the guides and guardians of the South, element of fire. Thank you for being here tonight to help us burn clean all that no longer serves our highest good. Thank you for helping us transform and giving us messages that will aid us in that process. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water, we welcome you into the circle tonight under this Pisces new moon. This is you, this is water. Tonight we ask humbly for purification and cleansing of any kind, and renewal, waters of renewal for our spirit, for our soul as we enter into this new chapter. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. And finally, guides and guardians of the North, we welcome you in tonight. Thank you for being here to provide us with protection, with grounding, and with wisdom for this new chapter. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. We welcome all guides and guardians of love and light and nothing else. And with that, the circle is open. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. All right. So we're all set to go. I'm going to start off with the Rider-Waite. Get some cards on the table. The thing I love about Rider-Waite is that to me it's just so straightforward, because I don't have to go with the guidebook. Like, this is like what, I learned off of. It's the old school. So we'll see what they have to say. And then for just any little additional messages, I'm going to try doing a kind of an overlay, which is pretty popular, but I haven't done it yet with my spreads. Not in this exact way, I don't think. So it should be exciting. All right, here we go. Just one more quick prayer over the cards. God and Goddess, thank you for giving us messages of the highest love, light, and truth. Thank you for giving us messages that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all in perfect time. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. All right, here we go. Let's see. What wants to pop out tonight? I have to say, it's really trippy. I don't know if any of you have gotten the vaccine yet. I got the Pfizer one. Oh, okay. The Queen of Cups. Nice. And I just feel a little bit like dizzy, but like not in a bad way. Like I kind of feel buzzed. Kind of feels great. Didn't have anything to drink, but I'm wondering how it's going to make the channeling process. That's a lot. I guess we'll take it though. Gotta trust, especially on this new moon. That's the other part about Pisces. They're just so spiritual that it kind of reminds you that there is definitely an emotional intelligence in the universe. There's something out there that makes us want to live this life, essentially. And I feel like we can put our trust in that. And when we do, things flow. And putting your trust in the unknown is a scary thing. But for anyone who has their own business knows it's necessary sometimes to live the life you love. And I see so many people. All right, we've got her spread out and it's gorgeous. I see so many people wanting to live their soul purpose, and there being this fear attached to it because things are changing and they realize it. And I guess just what I want to say is trust. Trust that even if you're not going to be able to know if it's going to be a success till you do it or not. But what would be the bigger regret to me is if you wouldn't even try. Like, you'd never know. And there's really no way to fail, like, because even if you quote unquote fail in society's terms, you learn. And that's what life is all about. It's like there's healing, there's learning, and then there's living. And sometimes you just gotta live and try things. So I feel like with the Pisces new moon, it's almost like it's encouraging you. It's encouraging you to live your best life, and let your emotions flow and let it be what it is. Don't try to force anything with this energy. It's just, if you go with it, it's nice. All right, so enough of my blabbling. First out is the Queen of Cups. So this is, the cups in the tarot represent water signs. So Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So if you know someone who's of that sign, it could be them, it could be you. But this is somebody in the recent past who had an impact on you. It could be you guys. I'm feeling like it might be. But the Queen of Cups is someone who makes decisions using her intuition and her emotions. So living your emotional truth. This is definitely kind of what I was feeling into. So it seems like someone made the decision to do that. Because when it's a king or a queen or a page, it's a person, you know? So somebody in your life, whether it was you or someone else, in the recent past has made that decision to live their emotional truth. And then next up, and also in the recent past, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this card talks about equal give and take, which is really important. It's basically how everything works, like the laws of the universe, or how it should work. When there's equal give and take, it creates something called sacred reciprocity, and it's a really, talk about a good place to start from. So this means basically that you know how to give and receive, which is important. Both are equally important. You know, you can't just give, and then not be able to receive, because that won't help you. And then eventually you burn out. But then you can't just take, because that doesn't lead to real happiness. You know what I mean? There's no one to celebrate it with if you hog it all for yourself. There's joy to be found in both aspects of those things. So this is talking about a time where you or someone in your life was living, we'll say it's you, your emotional truth, and there was an equal give and take. This could have been in a relationship, this could have been in a work setting, but whatever it is, it feels really positive. All of the cards are upright. That has not happened in a very long time to me. So, and especially for this deck does not play. It doesn't care. You know what I mean? The Rider-Waite is like not the soft, gentle, it's like the, this is what's up deck. So it's interesting because we move from this time of equal give and take in the past into the present, which has a bit more defensive energy. The Seven of Wands, the Seven of, oh my god, I don't know why I almost said the Seven of Pentacles there. This is defending your beliefs and values. And I think this happens a lot lately, you know, because we all have opinions, and it just comes up a lot. It's a card that's very popular, no matter what deck I use. It's good to have opinions and defend them. I'd say if you ever get into trouble with it, where you find like you're getting burnt out by continuously like declaring them, a good question to ask is like, who am I saying this for? Is it for me to hear my own values because opinions, because there's value in that. Sorry, let me put that on vibrate. There's value in deciding what your own opinions are and defending them if you're doing it for yourself. But if you're feeling the need to be defensive because of what people might think of you, that's just something to notice. And I do think that a lot of people hesitate to do things that would absolutely serve them because, oh, what's so-and-so gonna think? It's not your business what they think. Who cares? You know what I mean? So this energy is okay, but just be mindful that it doesn't burn you out. As long as it's continuing to serve you in some way, and you can do it in a peaceful way, of course, then yeah, absolutely. Defend what you believe in. It's important. It will help you establish things. It will help you establish boundaries with people. It will tell people who you are. There is a way to do it softly, and I do feel like the universe kind of wants to remind you that. So it wants to remind you of this energy, because this is like goals in the recent past here. But it's not judging you for the current defending of your beliefs at the same time. It's just, this is all very like observing energy. It's hard to put into words tonight. So in the present also we have the Page of Cups. So this is good because this card will soften this energy. And so the Page of Cups, so that's the second Cups card we have out, and they're both people. So I am curious if anyone's dealing with a water sign or somebody who makes decisions based on their emotions, which I love those people, frankly. You're always going to be in sync with your gut and your intuition if you're making decisions from those places. So this person comes in with an offer. Again, there's like, I feel like so many cups have been offered to us. And so probably with what we've learned here is our opinions is going to determine whether we take that offer. I think it looks good. I think you will. And I think you'll want to. So I'm guessing that whatever is offered to you will align with your beliefs and opinions and things you've defended, things you've believed in. You've put that out there into the universe. And Seven of Wands, you know, wands are fast-moving energy. And here, even though there's been some contrast, it's helped you define who you are and what you want. So this offer coming in will probably be aligned with what you were defending. So that had value, that period. Both of these time periods, even though this one's a lot softer, had immense value. And I think this is you reaping the rewards for, you know, a time when you remained in bounce and remembered that sacred reciprocity of give and take, but then also defended yourself when necessary and your beliefs and values. So an offer's coming in that's in alignment with what you want, essentially. Oh, and then there's another Cups card. So that's 3 Cups cards. Yeah, the Pisces energy is showing up, not surprisingly. Okay, so interesting, the 8 of Cups. There's a lot of, that's 6, 7, and 8 in progression too. So that's interesting. So we went from the Queen of Cups to the 6 of Pentacles. Sorry, I didn't really hold that up that clearly. To the 7 of Wands, to the Page of Cups, to the 8 of Cups. So there's a progression. So when this new offer comes in, it could be a job. It could be a job or a relationship or anything, and it could run the whole spectrum. But whatever it is, when this offer comes in, you are going to be leaving behind something else that wasn't serving. But it's interesting, the offer may come in before you leave that other situation. So just know, though, that like you can still leave that situation. Like, you know, what do they say? Like, it's the best time to apply for a job right after you get a job. Like, you know, it doesn't have to go in the order of I leave and then a new thing comes in. Sometimes a new thing comes in, and because of that, we realize it's time to leave. So interesting stuff. And then we end on the Hierophant. Wow. What an interesting card to end on. So these two cards are moving into our potential future here. So we leave the old situation that wasn't serving us emotionally. And then we head into, and look, the moon is, well, the moon is full there, I think. It's like a crescent, and then there's like a face, so that's interesting. Maybe before our next full moon, this energy will play out. And then we have the Hierophant. So, okay, so we left something, we're going to be leaving something behind after that new offer comes in, and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant's a Major Arcana card. It's Major Arcana card 5. We're in year 5. This is a pretty prophetic reading here. And as you can see, it looks kind of religious. It's sometimes called the Pope card. But what it talks about is spirituality, essentially, and your beliefs. Like, this energy is actually very similar, and this is how they, I'll take a picture too of the spread. This is how they appear. So it may be a reshaping of your spirituality even, and your beliefs. Like, but you find alignment in that, in your values, and maybe something new within your spirituality that opens up a lot. This is kind of like, it's an integration energy is what it is, because when you think of the cards that come before it, it's the Fool who started off on his journey. Then he meets the Magician who shows him all the tools he needs to manifest what he wants. Then it's the High Priestess who uses her, feminine wisdom and intuition and sits in her power. Then it's the Empress. Then it's the Emperor. So there's like the High Priestess and the Empress are kind of like the, so the Emperor and the Emperor, or the Empress and the Emperor are feminine and masculine, right? They're like a power couple. And then you have the High Priestess and this guy, and they're like the spiritual. So I guess this is masculine, but to me it's like just like the integration of the journey thus far, and your beliefs and how they've changed after you've kind of been given the tools you need to manifest what you want, and you've sat with your intuition and listened to it and followed it, and you've had some initial abundance because that's what the Empress brings, and then you found some sort of structure beginning. This is like the continual shaping. It's almost like a card of ascension, spiritual ascension, and it's because you've thought about things. You've thought about where you've been in your path and your journey, and it's leading you to some new conclusions. It's really, really cool. And so then on the bottom of the deck, we have, oh, hi girl, hey Lexi. What's up, ladies break room? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. So, this is the decision to me. So, well, it's that. It's also, it's more than just a decision. But the Lovers card often does talk about decisions. And it could talk about, new romantic love coming in. It also talks about integration of masculine and feminine energies, which is, masculine energy is very linear. It's like, let me get the thing done. To get the thing done, I'm going to do A plus B, which equals C. Feminine energy is more cyclical. It's like, all right, I'm going to do A, but then maybe I'll do a little C, back to B, and both are needed. So it's an integration of, well, the feminine energy is more just about intuition, and the masculine energy is more about action. So it's, again, there's like a lot of bounce in this reading, and duality a little bit, and integration. It's a deep reading. So how does this apply in a practical way, having the Lovers on the bottom of the deck? It basically, to me, is saying that you're going to accept whatever offer is coming in the next month that's being presented to you, because you've learned where your beliefs are as of now, because they might have changed. As a matter of fact, I think they have. but you have a good sense of who you are now because of some life experiences and who you want to be. You want to be this Queen of Cups who is a little bit more soft, but sitting in her power nonetheless, and knows how to, be able to give and take while still expressing her opinions and what she believes in. And that's led you to this offer. It's also going to mean that it's time to leave something else that no longer aligns. And then that is going to cause basically you to raise to the new level of spirituality. And it's, again, really interesting. It's like it is a very linear progression in this reading, because this is card 5, and on the bottom of the deck, this is card 6. Whoa. Oh my, all right. I was just making sure, because there's quite an even progression. Oh wow, that's really interesting. Yeah, this is card 6. So, ascension, essentially, and decisions because of that ascension. It's like they're intermingled, you're upgrading spiritually. So, okay. Enough on that. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Let me know if you have any questions about that. And then I'm going to pull just a couple clarifiers. So, on top of one card each, on top of the 2 cards that we got for the past, which we're reflecting on this time where we were really emotionally softened in our power through equal give and take. There was an equal give and take, whether this was a relationship or a job. It was a really beautiful thing. And we're kind of reflecting back on that experience. But maybe even if there was something that we feel the need to defend as far as our beliefs and values go. And that's also coming into play with what we're manifesting in this new offer. So we've had to defend our beliefs and values to other people who maybe don't see it that way. But because of that, other people who are like-minded do see it that way, and there's an offer coming in. And in our potential future, once again, we're leaving the old thing behind, and we're upgrading spiritually because of it. All right, so let's see what the Goddess Tarot has to say, and then I'll close the circle. But I definitely want to get 2 opinions tonight of 2 decks. All right. Let me know if you have any questions so far. I'm just going to say a quick prayer over the cards, and we'll pull 3 more. Okay. Dear God and Goddess, thank you for giving us messages of the highest love, light, and truth. Thank you for giving us messages that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all in perfect time. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, aho, and so it is. So first I'm going to do it on the past, and I'll definitely have to take a picture of this spread too, because it's actually really pretty to look at. So I hope everyone's having a good week, by the way. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got the don't want to talk about this yet, or just pull them all through. Okay, so we got the 10 of Cups in reverse. Upright, it's the card of emotional fulfillment. So, in reverse, something has not been fulfilled emotionally yet. But that makes sense because it's in the past. So, we'll go deeper into that. But basically, there was something still missing in that past situation. Even if it was beautiful in a way, maybe it wasn't equal give and take, although that was upright. Just something wasn't complete there. There wasn't complete emotional fulfillment. You've grown. Basically, that's what that means. You've grown. So much Cups energy. That's crazy. And that's a beautiful card, by the way. I'll just show it to you upright. It was in reverse, but dang. So pretty. I love a good rainbow. Okay, so that's for the past. 10 of Cups in reverse. It's interesting because we didn't get a single reversal in the Rider-Waite. That was weird. Alright, well, one's still flipped over, so we're going to take that. The Star. I love it. It's the second circle I'm noticing too. There's a lot of divine feminine energy, which as far as geometry is concerned is always represented by a circle. Sorry, my glasses keep slipping off my face. So the Star is a major arcana card that talks about hope. It talks about a light at the end of the tunnel. It talks about coming out of turbulent times and but seeing that light at the end of the tunnel and focusing on it and being optimistic and having faith. And that's what brings in this offer. Excuse me. So that's for this present energy here. You know, this energy is leaving. You know, this whole need to defend yourself is leaving because you're finding something that aligns with you and someone who aligns with you, people that align with how you think. And that's really good, to find that community, to find that relationship, that person that you can talk to, that can support you in just hearing you out. Like, so, but you've already defended what you believe in, and that's not going anywhere, but that kind of, the aggression attached to that is leaving, and the offer is coming in, and you're seeing the hope in that. You're having faith that you feel it. You probably feel this offer is coming in. All right, so one more card on the future here. To see the potential future. Always potential, because, you know, you have free will. Wow, one of the cards flipped over. Oh. What? Okay. Whoa, okay. These cards are so slippery. I'm not sure about that one. But I'm going to pull one more. Just because it was flipped over, but I didn't kind of feel it. That's just how they're going to be tonight. Okay. That's fine. Alright. Interesting. It couldn't have been that easy. If I had just stuck with the Rider-Waite, this reading would have been finished, because Rider-Waite is so straightforward. But no. Alright, so something wasn't completely emotionally fulfilled in that past relationship or job, which is why you decided to move forward. And, you know, maybe that frustrated you, because I feel like sometimes as humans we're all trying to get somewhere, but it's important to remember that the journey is never over. Even in a new moon in Pisces, and Pisces being the final sign of the zodiac, that's kind of what it reminds us. The journey is never over. It pretty much just starts over again, and we're given a new chapter. But it's never really over as long as you're alive. Anyhow, so we weren't emotionally fulfilled in the past, not completely, even though it might have looked good. There's a lot of look good energy here. It might have seemed good on the outside, but something wasn't quite right. So we got defensive. We learned a little bit who we were, probably through some contrast, and that was actually okay. I actually think it served us, but it's leaving now, because we've seen that we were reminded of the equal give and take and how that works sometimes. And that maybe that's a value that we have learned, that we were defending. Like, that we realized we deserve an equal give and take. Maybe we weren't getting enough, you know? And we were giving too much, which happens sometimes, especially as women. But, it could be, but it's not to say you could be a guy and also be giving too much. Like, it doesn't matter. But so here we are. We can let this energy go, this kind of need to defend ourselves, because we have hope now with this new offer coming in. We found our people. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's really beautiful energy in this moment. Oof, my ear is ringing. Okay. Dang. Tonight, all the psychic things are happening here. Alright, so the last two cards we have on top of our potential future cards, where after we get this new offer, we leave the thing that wasn't serving us behind and spiritually upgrade. There's one last thing that I think this is what we're leaving behind, essentially. And this was some intense stuck energy of heartbreak. And we are leaving it. We're leaving it behind. which is really beautiful because you don't want to stay in this energy forever, obviously. And then we have the moon did pop out. It was in reverse. Diana is the Roman name for the moon goddess. And this is a major arcana card, again, with the progression. I'm just noticing this is card 17. This is card 18. Like, what? Except this is in reverse. So, I was saying earlier that the moon is the card of Pisces. And the moon talks about mystery and needing to trust your gut. So, I think what happened in the past was that we didn't trust our gut because something looked good and like we're like, oh, it doesn't feel right, but it looks good. And we tried it and we learned, and then we further were able to define who we were. But after we learned that it wasn't as good as it looked, we're leaving. But it was pain. It might have been a painful process there. But the good thing is that we're leaving, and from that, huge growth is coming in with the Hierophant here. This is just us kind of saying who we are. It's very similar to the Seven of Wands, and it is talking about our beliefs and values, but we're coming from a place of power now. We're sitting in our throne, and there's no aggression attached to it anymore because we've learned, we've upgraded. So, the spiritual upgrade is here. I'm trying to think if there's any cards I want to read. I feel like I've read the star card before, but I think I'm going to read this card, which is in our present. Because I think that's the one we need to hear right now. Because we're at that point where we need, I think, the inspiration to know that that offer is coming if it hasn't shown up yet. So here we go. Here's the star card. All right. Clothed with the stars, Inanna, the great goddess of the Bronze Age, was honored with the title Queen of Heaven. Meanings: follow your dreams without fear. I would say follow your dreams even if you are afraid. But follow your dreams without fear. Don't be afraid to make them happen. Success, good fortune, creativity. Okay, well, that's a pretty succinct description as well. Inanna, man. This is like some serious, I mean, I know it's the goddess tarot, so they're all goddesses, but to me, this is the one I always consider as the goddess, because she's Sumerian, and that was an ancient civilization, and she's also known as Ishtar, the Queen of Heavens. This is very spiritual energy. It doesn't get more spiritual than this. So, spiritually awakening can be an interesting process, but it's best to go with the changes. Don't hold on to something that isn't serving you, that just looks good. Appearances aren't everything. As a matter of fact, they're nothing, especially if they don't feel true to you on the inside. This year is all about authenticity. It's about ripping off the filter and like being, it reminds me of that, actually. That's like the most like a pop culture reference. I was thinking about Demi Lovato, who I had seen an article with her or something where she was talking about how she used to use the filters on Instagram, and it made me really check myself. I definitely will post it, don't worry. Thank you for being here. You probably heard everything you wanted to, because this is pretty much just the recap, but I'm always going to post it. Thanks so much, girl, for being here. But yeah, so this is the last thing I'll just wrap it up on, but like, yeah, Demi Lovato was like saying, oh, I used to use those filters, and they set up, unrealistic expectations, and she went even so far as to apologize. And I thought, that's interesting. I mean, I use those filters all the time too. I don't think it's a bad thing. But this year, you could definitely use that analogy of like where the filter's coming off. And like, I kind of like that you can't do it for the live filter. Like if I have it, it's going to be there. It's going to show up, you know what I mean? But that's okay. It's okay to come as your authentic self. And it's always going to feel better, frankly. There's a lot to remember when there's extra layers and things attached, and it's just not as comfortable. It doesn't feel as good. Authenticity is the best feeling in the world. And when you get to a place where you can be that with someone, it's a good place. And I think it's possible to hope for that even if that hasn't happened yet for you. You know what I mean? Because you've done the work. You know what I mean? This is definitely saying that you're doing the spiritual work. You're looking at your part in it. You've like moved past it. There's been you know who you are. And once you know who you are, that's more than half the battle. That's pretty much a big part of the journey. So now it's just leaving what no longer resonates and stepping into this new chapter that is unknown. You know, the Hierophant still kind of has a mystery to it too. You're upgrading. You're gonna feel better though, because you know your beliefs and values, and then that makes the other parts of life that aren't all mapped out yet easier to deal with, because you can make decisions like easier, faster. You're in sync with yourself. You're in alignment with your higher self. And that's a really good place to be at. So I'm going to end it there, and I will post this, and I'll close the circle, and thank you so much for being here. All right. Here we go. If everyone wants to roll their shoulders back again. And also, too, if you have any questions, too, I'll definitely answer them after I close the circle here. So here we go. Okay. Guides and guardians of the North, thank you so much for being here tonight to protect us and give us messages of wisdom and grounding that we need for this new chapter. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water, thank you for showing up here tonight. And thank you for being here for our emotional purification, cleansing, and renewal that's coming into our life now as a new chapter. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire, thank you for being here tonight. You really showed us that transformation is occurring and that it's ours and that we're ready for it and we've got this. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guides and guardians of the East, element of air, thank you for giving us very clear messages tonight that were super easy to understand and straightforward. We release you with gratitude from the circle. I release all guides and guardians of love and light. And with that, the circle is closed. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. Oh, I am parched. Hold on. This Pisces new moon, make sure you hydrate. I have drank I think 4 LaCroix today. I've been so thirsty. Oh, okay, question. If you're in a potential relationship that has been yo-yo, what would you expect? Well, it's not so much what I would say. Well, what I expect is what do you want? If you want it to work out, it's okay. And like, there's definitely still hope for that. But I would say that it might be a good time to figure out why there's the yo-yo, like where is the give and take off there, and communicate it with that person. Because that could be, it's like, you know, if you want it to work, it could, but this defending of your energy and your beliefs and values, if there's something that's a deal breaker there, then it's like time to walk away. And you might meet someone new at this time. Oh, he's a Scorpio stellium. What's stellium mean? I don't even know what that means. Well, there's a lot of Scorpio energy here. Because we've got, well, the Queen of Cups, even though it's a woman, doesn't matter. We've got that here, and we've also got the Page of Cups. So that's interesting. Is he younger than you? But yeah, if he's got a lot of Scorpio in his chart, That's interesting. I would still say, like, this is the cards of the present, kind of feeling him here. So, do you guys agree or disagree sometimes on beliefs and values, and that's why it's been yo-yo? Because it's just, I feel like it would be time then to have an honest discussion and then see where it goes from there. That's really the only way you're going to even that out there. Because this is defensive energy, and that can cause, like, relationships to yo-yo. If there's a compromise, though, that can be made, this is a card of hope. So I wouldn't say that everything's lost. I would just take note of how he responds, or how that conversation goes of your beliefs and values. He's younger, and what's the never response to? He wouldn't compromise. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, if he wouldn't compromise, then you might be leaving. Because somebody new might come in. Who could be a water sign too, which is Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Because there is the Eight of Cups here, down here. So, you never fight. Oh, perfect. Okay. Then it depends what the yo-yo's about, but then I would say there's definitely more of a chance. If it's just like one of those things where it's in and out, you might be starting a new phase where, you might be starting a new phase. I would definitely still just have a talk, though. Oh, we disagree on lifestyle. He's a musician. Okay, I see. That is tricky, because that's a big thing. It's one of those things where I would say this or something better. You could make it, like, there is potential to make it work, but at the same time, there is this Eight of Cups here. So, something might happen where, like, your situation changes, like a job changes, like, either his or yours, and that is going to become clear. Like, he could get offered a job as a musician, and then you would have to decide whether you were going to be okay with that. Because that's a big thing. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's always up to you. There is, this being here, though, says that, like, if you want it to work, it can. But also, if it does end, you're still going to grow from it. So I would just say let it unfold. And then look at the post too, and you might get additional messages there, because this is some heartbreak here and the potential future that you're leaving. So if for some reason it doesn't work out, it comes with, like, a lot of spiritual growth. But this just could be you leaving the heartbreak behind and not necessarily the relationship. So I hope that helps. Yeah, but regardless, you'll be able to make a decision. I think something will happen between, I'd say, like, the next month or so, probably even before then, like in the next couple of weeks, where that will become clear. Like, your thought process, well, not even your thought process, you'll know what to do and trust the decision that you come to. Yeah, and keep me updated, because that's interesting. Okay, oh, good, thank you. All right, well, that's about it for me. I'm going to post this, and then I'm going to do, like, a summary, try my best to. I had my first shot of the vaccine today. I'm a cancer survivor, and I was so, like, kind of dizzy at the beginning of this video. It's really interesting to channel from that place, but I thought it was a beautiful reading. So have a great new moon in Pisces, and thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, take care, everyone.